So welcome everyone to the Unleash Your Voice show. Welcome everyone where we celebrate real talk, real growth, and real transformation. I am your host, Vanessa Coburn, and today we have our four of our five bold sponsors joining us today in this beautiful conversation. These women are not only trailblazers in their fields, but they are the general sponsors of this festival. These incredible women, we're going to be highlighting each of them. They believed in this mission to elevate voices, to build community, and to support other women rising together. And whether you're joining us live, type live, or watching the replay, type replay. Let us know where you're joining us from. Where are you tuning in on this beautiful planet? Let us know. And are you ready to meet these phenomenal women? Type ready if you are ready, because I am excited to introduce each of them. First, we have Carolina Karim, founder of Designify, a branding and marketing visionary who helps bold entrepreneurs, not just entrepreneurs, bold entrepreneurs to stop blending in and start standing out with visuals that scream, "This is so me." Welcome, Carolina, to the Unleash Your Voice show. Next, we have Miss Jackie Dickens Walker. Jackie, retired Navy Army veteran, confidence and love you mentor. And she's the heart behind the Resilience Beyond Menopause. And as a single mom of 5, she returned to the military at the age of 40 and built a life of strength, health, and purpose. Jackie, thank you for your service and thank you for joining us today. Honored to have you here. And next we have Miss Sue Bradley, spiritual life coach and CEO and founder of Sue Bradley Coaching. Sue is the founder and host of the Feminine Forum, Woman to Woman, and from nurse to massage therapist to soul guide. Sue helps women reconnect with their divine spirit and live with joy, purpose, and truth. And if you have met Sue, you know that she brings so much joy into every environment that she's in. Welcome, Sue Bradley, to our show. And last but not least, we have Adriana Martinez, founder of the She First Entrepreneur. And Adriana helps women coaches turn the chaos into simple systems so that they can stop drowning in busy work and get back to what they love doing the most, coaching. Thank you, Adriana Martinez, and welcome all of you. Welcome. Let's give, if you're here joining us, please give some love to these amazing ladies, these inspiring women who have a journey. And let's dive right in. Are you ready to dive in? Yes, type ready if you are ready. And we're going to start today because this is a sponsor discussion panel. So we're here because of a belief that you had in sponsoring. This is a new concept in the entrepreneur world because we have gone to events and we have seen the logos everywhere of, sponsors. But this is an entrepreneur event. This is a heart-centered mission. This is a festival for women to unleash their voices. This is not a concert. This is not a game. This is something bigger than that. And these women have believed in the concept of sponsoring. So let me ask you, they have not only funded a vision, they have lifted it with heart and with intention. And for that, I am thankful to each of you. And let me ask you a question. What does meaningful sponsorship mean to you? What does it look like beyond just writing a check? Why did you decide to support this event? And we're going to start with Miss Carolina.
Thank you. That's a great question. Vanessa, thank you for having us here in this panel. I just want to thank you for hosting and this festival that's coming up. I'm so excited for. So thank you for that. So let me answer your question as far as what it means to me. Beyond the monetary value of what you're putting forth as a sponsor, we do spell it different as soaring in we're flying. We're getting to greater heights together because when we get into alliance, look at us all with our wings, we're just like soaring there. When we get into alliance with others that are like-hearted, like-minded, it helps your business to be elevated in other ways that are not so cold, if you will. So, from my perspective, marketing, you could do cold marketing, you could do warm marketing. Sponsorship allows my business to have strategic business marketing moves in other businesses like your own self that have similar audiences, similar like-minded audiences and like-hearted, audiences that I want them to know that not only do I refer business to you, but I stand behind you. I put a stake in the ground. I invest part of my business into helping your business, and vice versa. We help each other lift higher, faster together. That synergy is so powerful when you come together with the right people. So that's why, or that's what I should say, sponsorship means to me beyond the monetary value.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And now Miss Jackie Dickens Walker.
Yes, hello. I am in love with sponsoring. Let's just sum it up to the five. Similar to our hand and how important it is to our body, our hand serves in so many ways, right? It shows love to our family. It shows love to ourselves when we put the lotion or whatever we're putting on our body. The hand has five fingers, and a lot I think of sponsoring is similar to the five C's. And I wrote them down to help me: collaboration, cooperation, connection, calibration, and community. And with those five C's, oh, there's five of us here. With those five C's, we have a hand that can do so much more. One finger can do a lot, but when you have that whole hand and you have the support of all of the fingers, all that stuff that goes on up here and all that other noise out there and all of this stuff that can trip you up, those five fingers on that hand, it's a powerful thing.
Oh, yay! Yay for the five fingers. Miss Sue Bradley.
Goodness. Yes. Well, now you can see why I'm a part of this is because of who I am aligning with. And that was so significant to me to have the invitation because of my human design. I had to wait for the invitation, but when it came, I knew that I was aligned with the people that I had been praying for to help me to elevate. And so what has happened is not only am I helping my sponsors rise and the women behind us, but I am also being elevated in this synergy. That's the word that we've used, that I have my one little finger energy and Jackie has her and Adriana has hers. And when we all get together, we have so much more ability to have an influence and an effect on this women rising because we are holding this vision for women. There's so many areas that we need help with our alignment, spiritual alignment, our voices, getting the human part of all of our technology and loving ourselves. And so the fact that we have aligned together, like there was a dolphin tornado, I think is how, where we're working together to help bring the rise of the woman. And it's not to break down or tear apart the masculine. We need both. And this is where we are healing ourselves and finding our own personal power and creating this synergy so that we can nurture and create, which is what the feminine does, to go out and help the rest of the world, which is in such need now. And so our alignment with the one is very important. And that's what I feel like I have found here in sponsorship, because we are the leaders of the leaders and we are showing how it can be done. So that's what it means to me. And I'm so happy to be here and a part of this group. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sue. And Miss Adriana, what do you have to say? What is sponsorship for you?
Oh, I just want to amplify everything that was said with Carolina, Jackie, Sue. Y'all have really said everything that was on my heart. And I think even just thinking about it now, I'm like, even starting that sentence, I'm amplifying what y'all said. And I feel like that is what sponsorship is me amplifying your message, Vanessa, and sponsoring this event. But not just you, the women that you help. And so it really creates this ripple effect of positivity and amplification and impact. And And I think that's what sponsorship is truly. Like the reason why I am investing part of my business into your business is because I see the value in what you do. And I see how powerful the lives that you're impacting, how powerful that truly is. And all of the ladies that are speaking on this stage, that is huge. Y'all all have a message that is going to speak to different people in different ways. And I think that is truly what we're doing here with sponsorship is we're magnifying the impact that we have bigger than we could do just alone. I think that's what that's all about.
Wow, amazing. It's like everything you said summarized perfectly what everybody says, amplifying, magnifying our messages. And like Sue was saying, imagine if we were in our own cubicles. Like now we see each other on the screen. We're on our cubicles doing our thing. But what happened is that the cubicles came down and now we are in the same room together. And we have our own missions, but we are supporting each other's missions. And with our voices, with our messages, with our gifts, because we all have talents, individual talents, and here we are supporting each other, not competing against each other. Oh, my festival is better than yours. I have more speakers. No, no, no. Let me invite my people and let me share what is out there so they can choose what's best for them. Like Adriana, you have systems. What's best for you? What works for somebody doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. Let's find out what works for you. So in our voices, amplifying our messages, this is what we're doing, sponsoring an event. Again, thank you so much for this, all of you, for your presence and your light. You're incredible, and I am honored to be in your presence. And let's move on before we get there. So let's get a little more personal. So many women here watching in the Unleash Your Voice community, they're facing moments where they need to speak up. They need to stand up for themselves. And sometimes they have a hard time saying no. Can you share a moment in your journey when you had to take a stand, where you had to take a risk, maybe set a boundary, maybe speak up for your vision when there were voices close to you saying, no, this is not a good idea? Like, I'm going to share very briefly with you. I was a teacher for 30 plus years. And then one day I decided I want to coach women, adults, will help them to find their confidence. And I decided to retire after 30 years. And I could have made a lot of money if I stayed five more years. And people were saying, why don't you stay 5 more years? You're going to make a lot of money. And I was so clear in my vision and my mission, turned down a lot of money, and now I'm doing what is in my heart. I am so happy. So when did you have to say maybe no to these naysayers or these voices that were putting your vision down? Give me an example or something where you had to set a boundary, maybe say no. Thank you. And we're going to start with, let me see, Miss Sue.
Goodness. Well, it's interesting because what you're talking about and asking me, what I first heard was that the external voices, what are the external voices telling me? But what I am working with is, what is my internal voice saying to me? And my work in the world is, because we have been domesticated and programmed as children in the way that we're supposed to be, and then we try to live that out. And then at some point we wake up and we go, wait, this is not working for me any longer. And so for me, it was a pivoting point to start listening to the voice within and connecting to the voice within, the one. And so for me, it has been a journey. There's really, if I were to pick one point, it's like every day I have to keep coming back to this point, this still point within, and the voice. What is that voice inside? Is it my ego, my personality, that my personal mind that's all out of whack because it's not happy with the circumstances that are going on? Or am I aligned with the one voice that keeps calling me and saying, here I am. Yes, here I am. So for me, it is a constant every day, every moment, keep coming back and listening and into the awareness of what's that internal voice saying to me. So there it is for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Jackie.
Well, there's many. But the one that is coming to the surface right now is learning to silence the negative chatter in my head about me. An example, I had recently lost I don't know, 35, 38, 40 pounds. And I still have the bathing suit that I wore back before I lost that weight. And I guess it's 2.5 years now. And I went to a friend's house yesterday for lobster, 3-pounders. They were delicious. And we were getting in the hot tub. And I grabbed that suit because I'm packing, because I'm helping mom go on a journey. And I grabbed that suit. And first of all, on the way over there, have you ever been out with your girlfriends and you're just having the best time of your life and you think within yourself, oh, I wish this day would never end. This is so nice. Well, think about this. I was walking from my house over to my friend's house to have what I just told you, carrying that, wearing that suit. And in my mind, I was having a conversation. And then when I got there and I got in the, and I was making myself laugh, by the way. And when I got in the mirror and I saw myself wearing that suit, now there was a day when I would have said, oh, this just looks, oh, why did you pick this? And oh, what is that? What? Carrying my beautiful self in the mirror. Well, that day's gone. And I told her, no, this is my friend. She's my best friend. And guess what? She goes with me everywhere I go. And let me tell you something. We have a lot of fun. You know, if I'm tired and we lay down, oh, it's so nice to lay down. If I get up and I'm sleepy, if I go in the mirror, this is what I do. Hey, girl, how you doing today? What do we got today? What do we got today? Can you imagine having your best friend with you everywhere you go? It's a beautiful thing.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you. Okay, Adriana.
Oh, that was beautiful, Jackie and Sue. So at time, wow, entrepreneurship, I think, is just that whole, like Sue saying, it's an everyday, it's an everyday thing of setting boundaries and saying no. And one of the first ones, I think the one that came to mind is I was just a virtual assistant at the time, and I know at that time I was still learning all of like the admin stuff, but I'm a quick learner and I will admit that. And I picked up a lot. And so I was helping this author speaker. She's fantastic. She's an amazing woman. And she had a gap in her business. And by the way, I'm a virtual assistant at this point. So I was just helping her with email and admin stuff. I didn't look into her business. I wasn't a business consultant or anything, but I saw that gap and I said, hey, I can make you a system for that. So I created her a pipeline. And it was basically just, this is the people that we're going to reach out to help bring in money. And then this is what they said. You decide if you want to work with them or not. And then once she moved that across the pipeline, it was like, okay, these are the people you're working with. This is how much they're bringing in. And then the people you said no to, or the people that's like, not yet, but maybe in the future, I will. So we had a whole like pipeline for that. And I remember building that and I was so proud. It was so simple. I was like, oh my God, yay, we did it. And she loved it. She was like, oh, this is good. This is good. I'm able to track and all of that. And I was like, yeah. So the month came around and I was like, I think she has some more gaps and I can help her and I can do systems. And at the time, I think I was getting paid like $12 an hour or something. And so I had a call with her. And there was an instance where I had dropped the ball on something and it caused some conflict in her business and it hurt my soul. Because I was learning at that time and I felt so like I let her down. And so I was like, but you know what? I'm not even going to let that get in the way because I feel like what we have built together, there have been so many positives that one negative experience wasn't too huge where we couldn't fix it, right? It was fixable. We were able to address it. And so when I went into this review with her and I was like, okay, this is everything we've built. This is fantastic. Like it's going great. Here's what I'm noticing that I think we could work on. And I said, and I'm actually going to be upping my rate. It's going to be $15 an hour now. And she brought in that negative circumstance. And I was like, what? And she just said no. Like, she was just like, no. And I hopped off the call. I felt so deflated, so let down in myself because I was like, am I not worth that? Am I not $15 an hour? And so I assigned that value to myself. But then I really looked inside and I was like, is this what I want to be doing? Is this is this my boundary? Am I saying 15 an hour and do I need to step away? And I did. I said, I will help gladly train your next VA, but I am not going to be going under $15 an hour. And so I did that and I trained her new VA and everything. Months passed, she comes back, she's like, I will pay you $15 an hour, just come back. And I said, I appreciate it, I think you're fantastic, but I'm in a new space now. I'm now an OBM. And so then I promoted. So it was just beautiful to set that boundary, but it was Like, I'm shaking just thinking of the story. In that moment, it is so hard to do what is right for us. That's my little share.
Amazing, so powerful. And you 15, I would have said maybe for 20. Thank you, Adriana. Carolina.
Adriana, I love that story. I feel you on that, girl, especially when you're speaking up for your values. So kudos to you for just, you kept your head held high, you walked through it, and then she wanted you after all, and you were like, sorry, that boat has sailed, my friend. You missed the boat. You had the opportunity. I love that. Let's see. For me, I would say I agree. I agree with every single person that said something on this panel. Sue, it is daily. It is absolutely daily. Jackie, it is internal. We have to keep coming back. And boundaries are so important. And I think the misconception about entrepreneurship is that it's cookie cutter based. Oh, if you start your own business, then you're doing great, right? Oh, you have all this freedom. And there's this in-between world in entrepreneurship where you're trying to figure it all out. And you're also doubting yourself if you should have even gone this way, because it's hard. It's hard because you're stepping out into that world to make your own lane, create your own way, not follow the rules, but find your way as you're building your lane. And for me, one of the biggest doubts that came through me, I've worked many years in the real estate industry, and I had lots of success with my clients in that niche area. My clients were always leading in top leaderboards, selling multi-million-dollar homes. The marketing was always helping them work easier, and leads were just coming to them. So we were reconstructing the way real estate was done. They were no longer cold marketing, cold calling. They were like, I'm not door knocking, they're attracting. And so I really learned how to make something look amazing and help one-man teams, one-woman teams go further, farther, faster in a very competitive industry. I figured it all out. I knew exactly what I was doing. I had packages, I had programs, I knew what I was doing. Here's the thing, I wanted more. And when I had a business coach at the time, my business coach said to me, well, why would you change now when you already have a niche and you already know what you're doing? You shouldn't be changing it. What the problem was is I wasn't completely fulfilled because my heart was still screaming for more. And I didn't understand why. I'm like, okay, I'm checking these leaderboards. I'm doing big things. I got billboards going. I got raps going. I got Super Bowl, billboards going out on parades. I'm doing the cool stuff, but I want more. And that was something so hard that is individual for each entrepreneur. And as I speak to more entrepreneurs, they also feel that more. That's the one thing that makes entrepreneurs entrepreneurs. They're like, I could do this better. I could do this, different. I have something, different than what everybody else is doing. I want to try my hand at this world, see what this world can do with my gift, what I have to offer with my gift. And the doubt was always there. And I think my advice forward for any women that are watching this on replay or on the live right now, if you have a pull and you're thinking like, I just got to take this business venture somewhere. I don't know. I just keep having this pull back in my heart of I have to do it. I have to try it. You're gonna have naysayers. I had a business coach naysay me. That is, you're someone you're paying to agree with you, and they did not agree with me. And I had to find my own way. And that compass was here. It was right here. And the other day, I'll never forget, somebody was watching a video. I was on video with you ladies, actually, and somebody watched the replay and they said, oh my God, Carolina, you are shining on that video. And I'm like, really? Am I? I don't know. I didn't really notice. And so I went back and I watched the replay. I'm like, oh my gosh, I am. I'm gleaming because I'm so fulfilled. I'm so happy. The more is attainable, and it's not materialistic more. It's actually alignment more. It's impact more. It's pushing that gift further with the right people. And you start to get this deeper satisfaction that your gift, what you were brought for in this world, is actually helping the right people shine in ways that they maybe couldn't or imagine or could touch before without bringing your two gifts together. And that's the explosion of that synergy that happens. And it's so fulfilling. And the more people, like the 5 that are here on this panel, we have synergy, and we just, y'all should be watching this with your sunglasses on, because I know we're gleaming through this through the TV. So that's how I would answer that question.
Wonderful, incredible. Thank you so much, and I thank you, yes, for the gleaming, the light that you are bringing into our space of entrepreneurs. If you notice in the back of some of us, we have this gift from Carolina in our worlds, and this is why we're shining together. And so now I'm looking at the time, Let's close this powerful exchange with one final truth in 30 seconds or less. If you could whisper one truth to the next generation of women leaders, just one sentence, what would it be? Let me start with Jackie.
Your voice to you is the loudest and most important voice happening in your.
Adriana.
You being in this space means you have power and potential. And a big piece of that is who you are, your voice, your message, you. So use it. Nobody else is going to be able to do what you do. You are uniquely you. And we want to see it. We want to see you. So let it shine through.
Wow. Gold nuggets. If you're listening, please take note of these things. Sue?
Well, you were going to ask about truth. And so I would ask the viewers, what is your truth? And if you are seeking your truth, then the alignment with the one, the great mystery, is the one that's seeking you, because the great mystery is the one that has put the gifts into your heart to bring forth in this human experience. And so reaching out and looking for being in the flow of this energy where there are women who are here connecting with the one and finding our way and in the flow with the synergy. Yeah, so being open to the great mystery and seeking the truth and seeking the one that's seeking you to bring forth your gifts, find your voice and heal what needs to be healed, and be in the collective of those who are rising. Come along. We welcome you with open arms.
Carolina.
I will finish it off by saying, trust your deep intuition. That's your internal compass. That's your GPS. That is the richest strategy that you have deep within you. And that heart pull is pulling because your creator that gave you those gifts, he doesn't bring you to him. He pulls you through your heart. That's that heart pull. That's why it doesn't go away. That's why you can't quiet it, because it's knocking. It's telling you, hey, fulfillment's here. Happiness is here. I gave you all the gifts. Everything you need, just follow that. So that's what I would say. Trust that intuition. It's so powerful.
Hey, thank you. Amazing. So before we wrap up, I want to thank again all of you powerful women for not only for sponsorship, but for the light that you're bringing into this space, for your leadership, and for the love that you bring. And each of our sponsors today has a gift for you. Type the word sponsor in the comments down below, and I will make sure that you get a PDF with all their free resources just for you. Thank you, ladies. We had a great connection today. Your mission and your voices are a reminder of what's possible. So if you want more, when women show up like this 4 powerhouse of women, things happen, and you don't have to go alone. Build your community, find somebody to help you and to guide you. And with that, I am just so grateful. Continue, and they have their talks now in the festival. So find them and find their talks, their resources. And here's to courage, connection, and community. And with that, remember that your voice matters and your needs matter. Go and unleash your voice today. Have an amazing rest of your day, everyone. Goodbye.